I apologize to everyone watching the live feed on Checkpoint XP. Had a little audio problem there, and hopefully you guys can hear me now, loud and clear. Welcome to the live show, Geek Culture Congress. My name is Luis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, and I want to get into a lot of these different scoops that were dropped by Mikey Sutton over the weekend. And we're talking about Fantastic Four. We are talking about Captain Marvel 2. And let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty gritty because I wasted a lot of your guys' time here talking to myself. So, at least I gave my a little more time to my co-hosts. Hopefully, they'll show up and participate in the live show. If not, it's okay. We're gonna keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna keep it going. Why is my balance here all screwy here? Let's see here what's going on. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. La 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 la. First scoop is about Fantastic Four. This is was dropped by Mikey Sutton recently. The Fantastic Four are a family, and that means more than just a husband, a wife, a brother, and a best friend. In the MCU, Kevin Feige wants a fresh look at the FF, one that pays homage to its comic book roots, while adding new polish to what Fox has initially attempted. According to Sutton, several of his sources have told him that there will be no waiting for Franklin Richards, Reed, and Sue's young son. The current plan is to have Franklin already with them in the initial movie Onward. Immediately, the FF will look different than any other superhero team in live action, as they have a kid, a child with extraordinary powers himself. Marvel Studios will then like to spin off Franklin for a Power Pack on Disney Plus. Okay, so if you got those Power Pack comic books, hold on to them because they might be going up in value. Okay, and I just wanted to share with everyone, if you don't realize that Franklin Richards, the son of Sue and Reed Richards, is a mutant. Okay, and he is an Omega level mutant. He's so powerful. And in the recent X-Men comic books, the X-Men want to pull him away from his family and make them join their cause in their new mutant state that they created, country or whatever. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of potential here for a lot of plot, and I'm excited about that. I like that character. The Franklin Richards character is very dope character. Let's get into the next scoop by Mikey Sutton. This is another Fantastic Four scoop, and this one is about Doctor Doom. He's a walking tragedy, his face so distorted that it is covered by an iron mask, which had become permanently attached to his flesh. The horror and majesty of Doctor Doom was missing from Fox's interpretations of the character, neither of which were well received by the fans. Doom requires gravitas in the form of an award-winning actor that can pull off his powerful presence and high intelligence. As the Fantastic Four, in its infancy stage of development, ideas have circulated on who could possibly play Doom in the MCU. Recently, Express posted a speculative piece offering Giancarlo Esposito would make a fine Doom. And recently, Giancarlo Esposito said that he really would like to play something memorable in the Marvel Cinematic Universe if he had the opportunity in a recent interview. So, at Marvel Studios, according to Mikey Sutton's source, Marvel Studios is envisioning a Doom closer to OG Darth Vader, coming full circle as Vader was often viewed as being inspired by Doom, since George Lucas was an avid comic book fan, especially Marvel, since, let's not forget, he produced Howard the Duck, the first movie about a Marvel Comics character, which I didn't remember that until I read this recently. Doom in the MCU will be mysterious. They don't want his face to be seen before his accident. He is going to be a serious villain, but in the mold of Thanos and Eric Killmonger, whose worldview occupies that gray twilight zone in between good and evil. As dictator of Latervia, Doom will do everything to protect the people under his rule. Marvel Studios is interested in seeing what Esposito can do with this role. So maybe they will get into some discussions about him possibly taking over that role. And of course, things could always change. That is a rumor, and it's a very loose kind of scoop there by Mikey Sutton. I take that one with a grain of salt. I don't know if Giancarlo Esposito is gonna, if that's gonna happen. So, the third scoop from Mikey Sutton, the Insider, is about Captain Marvel 2. And I just want to remind you that he did also scoop that loosely the plot of Secret Invasion, if anybody remembers that from the comic books, is going to be adapted for Captain Marvel 2. He did scoop that in 2019. Okay? So, reading verbatim what he wrote, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is like a galactic map that threads one world with another. Everything has a purpose. Each scene, every line, they will all later paint the big picture. It's no coincidence that the Skrulls appeared in both the Captain Marvel and Spider-Man Far From Home films. According to my sources, all three are set to form Captain Marvel 2. It was on September 2019 that I scooped on Lords of the Long Box that Captain Marvel 2 would feature Ferengi as the main villain in a loose adaptation of Secret Invasion. I don't know if I said that name right. It's okay. The plans for Captain Marvel 2 are evolving with Secret Invasion remaining its nucleus. So it's going to be loosely still based on that. After the roots of Secret Invasion are planted on Disney Plus, interesting, Captain Marvel will be battling more than just one Skrull in her sequel. In fact, more than a Skrull, but a Super Skrull. It was revealed that to Mikey that this won't be the Super Skrull with the Fantastic Four powers. Rather, it's a Super Skrull with Spider-Man abilities. And thus, Marvel Studios will pay homage to Marvel Team Up number 62, which is probably going to sell out everywhere on eBay right now. And somebody's texting me. Let's go. All right. I see Marvel Team Up number 62, wherein Carol Danvers in that comic book, then Ms. Marvel and Spider-Man collaborated to fight the Super Skrull in that particular comic book. Okay. MCU solo movies have gotten bigger with each successor, and Captain Marvel 2 fits in that mold by having Spider-Man guest star. I also leaked on September 2019 that Marvel Studios wanted Nova to debut in Captain Marvel 2. That's true as well, though. Could be either a brief introductory appearance, or if the Super Skrull has taken Spider-Man powers to provide a much-needed power boost. Interesting. And he did scoop the Rogue reveal that Rogue will be in one of the mutants that will be included in a separate movie before they bring her into like an X-Men movie. He says, as for Rogue, talk has been to have her cameo as a villain at the end. Remember that Rogue touches Captain Marvel or Ms. Marvel in the comic books. That's how she gets her super strength and her flight powers that you see if you've probably seen the cartoons or the animated series. Talk has been to have her cameo as a villain at the end, setting up the third movie with Ms. Marvel appearing as well. The future of the MCU is written in the stars. Mikey Sutton, yes. So, there you go. All three scoops by Mikey Sutton. One after another. And, let's see. I think I have, do I have, Tarik, are you here, Tarik? Tarik. Participants. Chat. Hello, Tarik, can you hear me? And, well, I guess he's not here yet. Anyway, while I'm waiting for my good friend Tarik Lewis to join me, we'll get into, I'll get his reaction on those three scoops that we dropped today on the show from Mikey Sutton. Hope everyone's enjoying the show. Thank you much, Trash Panda, for being my tech support today on the show. I do want to talk about the San Diego Comic-Con at home, all the things that are recapped there. I want to get into that, and hopefully, we will. I will be able to get my friend Tarik Lewis here. I see a bunch of colors. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I can hear you.
It's all right. It's a live show. It's okay. How you doing, brother? This is
I'm doing good, man.
audio and flash. It's
Yeah.
it's okay. How you doing, sir?
I'm hanging in there, bro. How about you?
Oh man, we're all hanging in there, man. I want to get your I dropped about 3 new scoops that Mikey Sutton, the Insider, dropped over the weekend. I'm gonna give you the cliff notes of them. How about that?
That's what's up.
All right, cool. So, Captain Marvel 2. It's gonna be loosely based on the Secret Invasion comic book. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Somewhat, yeah.
Where some of the superheroes are replaced by Skrulls.
Hmm.
Or yeah, actually they try and infiltrate the whole country or the whole world actually.
Okay.
There and then also the really big scoop that was attached to that was that the Super Skrull will be introduced in Captain Marvel 2.
So you think that'll be the main villain?
That's going to be one of the main villains, and it's not going to be, apparently his powers are not going to be based on Fantastic Four, but rather he's going to have Spider-Man's powers, and Spider-Man is going to have to join in on the action of
Okay.
that. Yeah. So, what do you feel about
Okay.
that? Yeah, the guy switching up there, little curveball to the original narrative of the Super Scroll.
I'm all right with that.
You okay with that?
That doesn't bother me too much.
I think they're gonna attach maybe some character building between the two characters there, Spider-Man and Captain Marvel. I guess because they had a couple little bonding moments in Endgame there. I guess they're gonna keep
Yeah,
on expanding on that.
that's what I'm saying. They had a few moments.
Yeah.
Where, oof, but I don't know the outer space stuff, man. It gets messy.
What they were supposed to introduce Nova in this movie as well. That was also scooped as well. So I don't even know what's gonna happen, man. I think I might be too much to chew. I don't know. I hope it's done well. The other scoop that I have for you is that Franklin Richards will be introduced off the bat in the Fantastic Four movie when they finally make the MCU version of it. And their plans are, of course, to make. Remember Power Pack, the comic book?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what they want to go. I want to go with Power Pack on Disney Plus, featuring Franklin Richards and his buddies, or I think they're cousins or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. Or other children
Yeah.
that have powers as well, or something like that.
Power Pack is like a group of adopted kids, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They were like
Not making fun of that.
he
That's
treated
fine.
them like
But
family though, like they were like his cousins.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think? You think that's gonna go well with Disney Plus?
Um. Yeah, I think something like that will go well. It's got to be better than the Runaways. I thought Runaways was terrible, but I know other people like it.
Runaways is okay.
Yeah.
Runaways has moments and has highs and lows. There you go.
Yeah.
Sometimes more lows than highs, but it's okay. I think it definitely will take up that spot, or at least fill that void, that kind of family void. But a lot of people don't realize, Tarik, that Franklin Richards is a mutant.
Yeah.
So
But
that's a lot of potential there for a lot of X-Men plot. Because the X-Men want to have that Omega class mutant on their team. You know what I mean?
yeah. I always loved that he was a mutant. Like
Yeah.
that. I would call them the first family of Marvel, the Fantastic Four, the Richards.
Yeah.
I love that their child was born a mutant. I think it changed the dynamic of it completely.
Yeah. I really
It made
enjoyed
it
that
more
too as well.
interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. I hope it's done well. I'm excited about all these scoops. I hope it's done well and good directors, good writing. Good story, stuff to that's memorable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And keeps with the tone of the whole 10 years that we've been getting all these movies from Marvel. The last scoop is more of kind of like a maybe scoop. I've never seen Mikey really get behind this. It's kind of like a tease, but he didn't commit to it, and they definitely said that they're not even in discussions yet. So I don't even know why it's even a scoop, but I guess apparently Marvel really wants this actor, Giancarlo Esposito as Doctor Doom. How do you feel about that?
Giancarlo, yeah. Well, he's already on The Boys,
Right.
so he's a little older.
Yeah.
So
He
I'm not
he.
sure about
I
that.
think there was some kind of interview where I can't quote it verbatim, but he said that he really wants to do something in Marvel, and he wants to do something memorable. Something that, of course, that lasts. He's not a fly by night or one movie bad guy. You know what I mean? or one movie character, should I say, whatever they decide to do. But it said that
Yeah.
he was in that interview he said he was very interested in it. And then the scoop from Mikey Sutton says that Marvel Studios is interested in seeing what Esposito can do with the role if he's interested in it. So I don't even know if they're even going to, have a discussion, or it's definitely a big rumor. It's definitely infancy. It says it's the infancy stage of development, so it's an idea that's just circulating right now.
Yeah.
And these things happen when you're working on a movie and you're working on on a product. You know what I mean? They're brainstorming, right?
Yeah, the thing is about someone like of his caliber,
Mm.
and this is what I think they did wrong with Oscar Isaac.
Right.
Is that because he's so big,
Mm.
they want to put him on screen a lot.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Just to put him on screen.
Right. Just to say, oh, we got Giancarlo Esposito. You know?
Yeah. But
He's
I
in
want
this
to do him in
movie.
that
He's
helmet.
in that movie.
You know what I mean? I don't
Mhm.
need to see who he is.
Right.
I just want to see his, a good performance. You feel me?
Right. Right. I think he's got a lot. I think he's already going to be in a memorable role in Star Wars and The Mandalorian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how far away even the Fantastic Four is right now, cause especially with everything getting pushed back because of COVID, and you know what I mean. I mean, who even know? I doubt there's even a script. There's no director attached. Probably. You know what I mean. We don't know, but you know what I'm saying. I doubt they're even that far ahead. You know.
I've been low key writing it. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been low key writing the whole Fantastic Four script.
Oh, okay. Cool. Dope. Great. That's what
Yeah,
exactly
not
we
mine.
needed.
Yeah.
So don't break your confidentiality contract. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Something that I want to get into, all the things that happened at San Diego at home, all the things that happened, well, the memorable things, because there's so much, so many videos. And I invite anyone who wants to check out all the videos. Just find San Diego Comic-Con on YouTube, their channel, and you can watch all the panels, and probably find something that you're interested in there. I mean, every single panel is up there right now to be consumed. One of the things that was announced in San Diego was, or on the YouTube channel, should I say, is they're working on a Witcher spin-off. It's called Blood Origin, so it's going to be about the very, very first Witcher. Before the Witcher that we've had already in the famous one. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's needed? You think
No.
I think it's just reaching, let's
So,
do this because this is hot.
Yeah, it didn't. The Witcher didn't end where you have to go backwards. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is one of those things where I agree with Patton Oswalt. Like, don't show me where the things I love come from. Just show me the things I love.
Right. No, I don't know. I guess when you have an IP and you have to develop it and you have to work on stuff, I guess I don't know, but let's see what happens with that. I don't know. It's gonna be worth anybody's time. Let's talk about Zack Snyder, our favorite subject. He dropped a little teaser on the San Diego Comic-Con at home that he showed his black suit version of the Super. There you are. He showed the black suit version of the Superman. A little Superman cut of him talking to Alfred.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, you saw it? What'd you think of it?
I thought it was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked the way the outfit that he just dropped into the Batcave.
Yeah.
I thought that was ill. And I mean, it got me a little more excited about the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Than I previously was.
I think it's gonna do well. I think we're gonna be apparently he's not charging anything for this. He's not making any kind of money at all.
That's what I'm asking. Is it in this? It's not going to be in the theaters, or is it dropping straight onto platforms? Is it going straight to HBO Max? What's going on?
Yeah, it's going straight to HBO Max, and apparently he's just doing it as a passion project. He's not getting some kind of salary for it. I guess, and more power.
If I was Warner Brothers, I wouldn't pay him. Like, hey, you had your shot.
Well, I guess it's more complicated than that because it was kind of like a tragedy, is why he left. But
to get
on the petty train, he said that there's going to be zero Josh Whedon content on his version.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's fair, right?
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You know, I want to show my work completely.
Right. Right. Not, the guy who got put on, in the
Yeah.
fourth quarter to finish my stuff,
Yeah, we've seen your stuff. Like
Yeah.
and I wouldn't want to take credit for anything that another director did either. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And another thing that was brought up, I guess Ray Fisher, the other the petty king, the guy who plays Cyborg, he really don't like Josh Whedon at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he don't like him at all. He said that apparently more is going to be coming out about his about how he was treating people on the set of Justice League. That there is some kind of investigations occurring, something like that. That was something that he shared. That actor, which is
what was Josh Whedon out there doing? He was taking on people's fancies. What was he doing?
I don't know. Like man, and that brings up another a bigger issue. It's like, man, Josh Whedon, man, like man, I'm talking about the guy who created Buffy, things that we all love, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the first Avengers movie,
Yeah.
There was a space one that he made as well, and I forget the name of it. It was like not Starfire. It was help me out. No, it was like it was Spitfire or something like that. Come on, Twitch channel, help me out.
The one they had the show on Sci-Fi.
Serenity, something like that.
Yeah. Serenity. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was a movie like Firefly or something like that.
Yeah, Firefly. Firefly was the one.
Yeah. So I mean, he made a lot of great stuff, and I don't remember hearing all this negativity about him, man.
No, I never heard anything. I haven't heard what the dude from Cyborg has said.
Yeah.
So, for my career, I'm just gonna side with Josh Whedon. I feel like he'll have more influence on what I do in the future,
right?
Than the dude who plays Cyborg.
Yeah. I don't know, man, like they're really going hard on the man. You know what I mean? And I guess he's a real jerk. I mean, to have somebody really go hard on publicly on your work behavior, should I say? You know what I mean?
Few people can think you're a jerk and then you're a jerk. So I'm not thinking Josh Whedon. I don't know the dude. I haven't heard anybody from that Avengers cast say anything.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's definitely something. It's definitely something coming on. I don't know what. It's something that that was like hidden. Like, is this just something kind of like hidden information that he's a jerk on set? You know what I mean? I mean, is this normal? This is not normal behavior from an actor, professional actor, to talk about their director like that after they cut the check.
Well, as you know, Speedy, creatives have interesting personalities, and sometimes those personalities just clash. So maybe just a clash of styles, a clash of approaches,
right?
Rather than Josh Whedon being a jerk,
right?
Because I think there are some actors who can work with anybody. You're like, okay, whatever you want to do. I think there are some directors who are like very forthcoming, very in your face,
right,
and that's their style, and it may not suit every actor.
I don't know. Let's see what happens. What continues to go down the petty train there. I mean, it's over and done with. It's like he obviously he ain't gonna work with the man again. You know what I mean? So
didn't Megan Fox have an issue with Michael Bay, and then she ended up working with him again on Ninja Turtles?
Well, yeah, money does funny things, right?
You're right.
Oh man, did you see the first 2 minutes of the New Mutants?
I did watch the first 2 minutes of the New Mutants.
What did you think? Your first impression?
Man, I love what they're doing with Magic.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's a character that's like has become pretty big in that universe, and hard to depict. You know what I mean? Because she's Magic, so it looks like they're doing real. Excuse me. Like they're doing justice to me.
I hope. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna sit down and actually watch the first. 2
minutes. You can watch the first 2 minutes.
No,
okay.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to get because I know you watched it. And I want you to give your.
Yeah.
I know you've been excited about the movie for a while, so.
I think
I
that
hope.
I think that
I think it's gonna do well.
it looks like they're doing Cannonball well, which I was concerned about. It looks like they're doing all the characters justice, like who they really are in the comic book.
Right.
So for that reason, I like.
Well, talk about something that's getting done justice. Umbrella Academy season 2 is coming soon. Are you hype?
I'm very high.
Yeah, I'm
We
excited,
got like a
man.
few weeks, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a few weeks, so I'm excited about that. Um, Another thing that was announced, I guess Brie Larson did a panel and she or interview, and she said that she would love to do the Metroid character for a movie, a Nintendo movie. She would love Nintendo to cast her as Samus.
No, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that working.
yeah. That's interesting that she called that out by name. So
Yeah, I
it's
would
kind
be mad
of
with that.
when you're a list actor, you can just call out the franchise that you would love to do.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's what Mahershala Ali's like. I want to do Blade, and he's Blade all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You shop for what you want now. It's like
yeah,
reverse. It's like reverse. Like the actors now shop for the roles that could possibly happen, and then being shopped, or being approached or something like that. Should I say?
yeah. LeBron changed everything.
I have a feeling you were gonna say something like that.
Yeah, LeBron changed everything.
LeBron James. Um, there is a new character that's gonna be in the comic book form of Batman. They remember doing that Dark Knight, that heavy death metal uh, arc right now in the Batman
Hmm.
books.
Yeah,
And there's a new supposedly really creepy character that's gonna be introduced called the Robin King.
the Robin King.
Yes, the Robin King. He looks like like a Joker kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
He's like a demon kind of, but he's dressed as Robin. So yeah, there's a bunch of buzz about that. Apparently, Greg Capullo, he's behind. He likes that death, that heavy metal, dark look. He's the one doing the
Yeah.
art for that book, for those
The-
for those arcs, and there's just a lot of buzz about that. I don't know. Have you been reading any of that lately, or no? You haven't been into that.
I've not.
Yeah, I haven't gotten
I've
into it either, and I mean to, but it just seems like it's like a bunch of bat characters from this dark metal universe. That's where they're from. Yeah, so it's DC stuff in their multiverses. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know.
that's an awful name.
Ah, man, I don't know. Whatever sells comic books these days, man. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Have you
Dude.
you watched the Dragon Prince on Netflix?
I've not watched Dragon Prince.
Okay, it's very good. It's a very good show. I enjoy it, and it has another 4 more seasons to go. That was
Ooh,
recently announced by Netflix, so you still got time. Still got time to get on the Dragon Prince train, Tarek.
I just finished watching Parasite.
Say it again.
Parasite.
Parasite. Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is a Netflix. It's not a Netflix original, but it's an anime
Ah, okay, okay, very cool.
on Netflix, and not Parasite from the
Ah,
Korean film that won the Oscar.
okay, okay.
This is Parasite. It's spelled Syte.
Ah,
And
okay,
it's a Netflix anime.
okay.
It turned out to be really, really good.
Very cool, very cool.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Bill and Ted. Remember we had talked about this. What was gonna happen with Bill and Ted 2, or Bill and Ted 3? I don't know. Whatever. The new
It's
Bill and Ted
great.
that's
Yeah.
coming out. Apparently it's gonna be streaming and also in theaters.
Oh, both.
Yes,
Okay.
they're gonna do both. So
Yeah.
that's good
I
news.
watched the trailer over the weekend.
Yeah,
The newest trailer. Yeah.
yeah.
It actually looks like it might be okay.
I think. I'm excited, man. I hope it's dope. I hope it's funny. I hope they did. They dug deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It actually looks like it's gonna be all right, man. I'm a little shocked, but I didn't like Bogus Journey. So,
Hmm.
but Bogus Journey had like these cult classic moments.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane. Have you seen his documentary? His brand new documentary that's on the Sci-Fi channel.
I don't know.
Like Hell I Won't. It's
No.
it's interesting. Interesting. From a artistic comic book, perspective, how he got into the business, and how many times he got rejected, and
Yeah.
what even when he was working, he was the powers that be that he would draw for. Marvel would tell him, no, do it like this, don't do it like that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I saw some interviews with him
mhm.
where he really went in depth with
Yeah.
his history. Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, I guess like him or not, but he goes hard, man. You can't knock his entrepreneurship. I mean, he knows what he wants his stuff to look like, and it's, I mean, it shows, man, especially in Spawn and everything. And
yeah.
I just started watching it.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
No,
I'm sorry.
I just started watching the show on Sci-Fi, the documentary. So I'm in the middle of it, and it's very inspiring, man. A very inspiring story.
Yeah. Um, the the images he did with Spawn and some of the other stuff he's done were like kind of revolutionary in
Yeah,
comic books to me.
yeah, it was, and he talked
Like,
about that. He talked about
yeah,
that the way he drew the even Spider-Man, or one of his first ones was Hulk. He did some DC stuff in the beginning. I think the one he became really famous when he started doing the Hulk stuff. And there's a very famous one of the Wolverine with the image of Hulk in his claws. Remember?
yeah,
That was some of his first early stuff. And just a lot, like the characters are like popping out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Popping out of the frames, and it just wasn't done. You know what I mean? Like the spider webs were coming out of the frames, and Spider-Man was his appendages, his legs and arms all over the place. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just like you would imagine a spider would. I mean, be if he was a man.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just it was just a different take on the image, the conception of drawing comic books, man. You got to give it off to the man.
yeah. He had a very noir feel to what he was doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To me, yeah.
Anything else popping up and that you've caught up with? Anything you've seen recently?
I'm rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going back to Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's cool. That's
Um,
cool.
Parasite. I saw Parasite. Um, and now so I've been watching a lot of the trailers and stuff on
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's great. That's great. Um, I think that's all I got. That's all I got, man. For as far as news and fandom is concerned. Thank you so much for joining me, man. Finally on the show, man. I appreciate it. And
I get my camera to work finally.
yeah, we made it happen. Your camera was working, and I still had you with the blue screen, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, tell if they want to follow you, give them all your socials and all that good stuff.
Tarik Lewis. My name is Tarik on Instagram and just Lewis on Facebook. Tarik. Yeah.
That's right. You can follow me at DJ Speedy JR. Follow my gaming channel, man, Speedy Junior Gaming on Facebook, or you can follow me on Twitch as well, DJ Speedy JR as well there. Follow us on Instagram at Geek Culture Congress, all three letters all together, all three words all together. On Facebook, follow the page, Geek Culture Congress, 3 words. Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Tarik Lewis. Have a good one.
Peace,
I'll
everybody.
see you next week, brother.
See you, man.
See ya.